documentary? Okay. I don't know what this is, but someone suggested it to us.
Let's see what it is.
That's Playboy The Beast, January 6th, a true story, official music video. Okay.
Come on in. Come on in.
Up to y'all.
I love your arm.
Thank you. I love your flag and I love your hat.
Thank you.
We riding with y'all. Any shit goes down, we here. Believe that.
That's right. We're ready for the fight.
That's right.
I'ma keep it real with y'all, man. I'm tired of all these people calling me an insurrectionist and saying I'm a traitor to my country, that I should still be in prison. I got 5 kids, bro. I done changed my life years ago. I'm not a criminal. I'm not a bad person. I'm a family man. And you motherfuckers don't know my story. So that's why I wrote the song to let y'all know what really happened that day.
Woke up around noon, it was January 6th. Made some breakfast in my room and I laced up my kicks. Got the bottle out the fridge, so now you know what time it is. Crystal Head with cranberry, bro, that used to be my shit. We sat and finished off the bottle and we talked about the day. Miss Trump's entire speech, we was running a little late. But it's okay, that's not the main reason we came here anyway. No more delay, we headed to the whip, we finally on our way. My first time inside the state, so I don't know my way around. Driving round, looking for a place to park downtown. Underground, in the parking garage, we finally found. Hopped out the whip with my boys, the shit's about to go down. We made our way to the surface, seen people marching in the streets. Wasn't sure where they was headed, but we jumped in with our peeps. Surrounded by so much love, all these patriots came in peace. About a 2-mile march with my people through the streets. Said he looking for Antifa, they say that they wanted beef, but didn't see him anywhere, so I guess it's true talk is cheap. I swear we walked over an hour, destination finally reached. Still a couple blocks away, they say the Capitol was breached. Finally made it, now I see some people acting a fool, but I'm not here to beef with police, no, I'm back in the blue. Don't start no shit and there won't be no shit, they got a job to do. Not everybody
Exactly.
Bro, some police let them through. We was chanting fucking Tifa, singing Home of the Brave, but
Looks like a real riot over there, huh? This is mostly what was going on in January. Pause that.
Okay.
Was there rioting in certain spots on the other side of the building? Yeah, there were people being stupid. But this is mostly what was going on January 6th. Right here.
Okay. This is, you know what this was? So, the January 6th thing. So I can see this, but then I also remember during the summer when George Floyd happened, there were peaceful people in that one too, but then you always got the dumbasses who do some shit.
But during those riots, most of that was at night. As soon as it got dark, there was streets that got destroyed. Buildings and businesses that were completely...
Which shouldn't have happened.
No.
Which shouldn't have happened.
No.
That's not what happened on January 6th. It's not like most of the Capitol buildings got defaced and destroyed and there was nothing but destruction the next day. They had to be cleaned up in the Capitol building. A couple windows were broken, yeah, some great gates got pulled down. But there wasn't the windows and businesses and churches trying to be burnt down. You're talking about 8 hours of something compared to months and months of rioting throughout the summer.
I mean, it did get aggressive. There was that cop that got stuck in the door. Like, I don't see how you can ignore. I can't ignore it. At least that's for me. That's just
a cop got stuck in the door. David Dorn got shot in the head.
Wasn't there a girl who got shot in the head? Like a female military personnel got shot in the head?
Yeah, a cop shot one person on January 6th. I'm talking about the cop that was trying to save his friend's business during the George Floyd riot and got shot in the head.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad too. That shouldn't happen.
I get what you're
too.
saying about a cop getting caught in the door. What's worse?
Didn't 2 cops die during January 6th?
No cop died in January 6th.
No, that was... What was it? They were trying to make up
They were trying to
make it seem like they died on that day, but there was wasn't there
one guy had a stroke the following day. A couple committed suicide that were unrelated to January 6th. They just tried to make it related to January 6th. They kept trying to say one cop got hit in the head with a fire extinguisher. Complete lie. Never happened. 100% falsehood. Yeah, nobody died on January 6th except for Ashley Babbitt, who was shot by a cop.
Do you think that was justified?
No. Should she have been climbing through the window?
I don't like. To me,
but should not. She should not.
I'm not saying the woman should have died.
No, shouldn't have been shot.
But shorty, you shouldn't have leaped through the window like a frog.
Yeah,
that was just poor decision making.
Still shouldn't have been shot.
No. The girl's life shouldn't have been.
She shouldn't have been climbing through the window.
But shorty shouldn't have been climbing through the window.
People climbing through the window should have been arrested because that was illegal trespassing.
Like that's where I was like, girl, you shouldn't have leaped.
But people like to make jumps on January 6th. But when you try to compare it to George Floyd riots, there are no comparisons.
The riot, okay, so I get what you're saying. And I think this is where there were things that shouldn't have happened in each situation.
Oh, of course.
Which is like two truths can happen at the same time, which I think people like to compare them too much.
But you see, it's a big difference because in George Floyd riots, there was a very small minority of people that were being peaceful during the day. As soon as it got dark every single night.
And all the rioting and that shouldn't happen.
Do you remember the fire going in the background, where the guy's like, it's mostly peaceful out here. Fiery, but mostly peaceful.
Yep.
As the flames burning behind him.
That shouldn't have happened. I agree. That shouldn't have happened.
How could that be peaceful?
But the only comparison would be is if, like, for the entire week of, like, the first week of January, from, like, the 1st to the 8th or something, they were rioting every night, and the 6th happened to be the worst night of it all. That's the way this has been fed to us. Like, that's exactly what happened. Except, no, it happened one day.
Oh, no, it happened one day. Yeah.
But they've been feeding it to us for the past 5 years now.
They're saying that this was worse than 9/11. That's insane.
They're trying to say this is one of the worst days in American history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
9/11 you can't compare this to 9/11. No, I don't think you compare this. No, I think
comparing it to it.
Like,
and that's
with using that narrative, I'm like, I see what you're trying to do. Okay, but you can't. The building didn't blow up. Like, oh, you can't. Nobody flew some shit into the building.
Now, here's a thought exercise for you, Ian. Without naming January 6th,
okay,
name me one event that was caused by a right winger where they caused mass violence. One event.
I was gonna say Charlottesville, but only one girl died.
One
mass violence. The asshole who drove the car through the crowd.
Yeah, but you're going back to 15, 14 for that?
I mean, I guess you can say some of the racist people who initiate the public shootings, like Dylan Proof. That's bad. He killed over like.
I get you. How far back are you going to try to get a right wing violence?
What was the timetable that you wanted it in?
That's my point. You're making my point. You're reaching back like 15, 20 years.
Well, Dylan Proof happened within the last decade, didn't it?
Well, it was within 12 years. You're going back 12 years to try to find right-wing violence. I can go back a week to get left-wing violence.
What just happened in the last week?
Tesla's.
Oh yeah. I'm in a different dimension right now. Okay, no, yeah, that shouldn't be happening either. No, that shouldn't be happening either. Yeah, the Tesla thing shouldn't be. You shouldn't be just burning crap up because you don't.
Random people are getting pulled over on the side of the
street. Yeah, sure. That shouldn't be happening either.
For the car they drive.
That shouldn't be happening either. I agree with you.
Go sell your car.
Yeah. Stupid. No, that shouldn't be happening either. No.
When's the last time?
I feel you. That shouldn't be happening.
There's been a mass event from the right where they're attacking random people in the streets for something they're wearing or driving.
Could you say COVID? Weren't both people getting attacked? Right wingers and left wingers were getting attacked, weren't they? Because the no mask thing.
That's verbal abuse. That's people being...
Okay.
I'm talking about actual violence. Not the Karens being
I felt
mad.
like something violent happened during COVID, though, didn't it? Wasn't there a thing? I mean, we were all...
Well, yes, that's George Floyd.
The George Floyd riots.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean...
But that's left-wing violence, Ian.
I see what you're saying. I do see
how,
what you're
you see
saying.
how you're struggling to try to find some right-wing violence?
I do see what you're saying.
But we can come up with example after example after example of people on the left being violent.
And before people like freak out, to violence of any kind is not cool.
It's not good at all.
It's not. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be happening at all.
And it shouldn't be right or left.
Yeah, it shouldn't be right or left. You can't just be out here.
But it's the left that's incoherently violent. Or inherently violent.
Playboy's spitting on this though.
Yeah, he is spitting. But you see how what he's showing is pretty much the majority of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
let's do this.
Now we hunted down like terrorists and thrown in a cage. Combat vets that fought to defend us in shackles and chains. In solitary confinement for many days they remained. But anyway, I got distracted. Let's get back to the topic. I knew they stole the election, but wasn't trying to stop it. Where I was at, I didn't even see no violence taking place. A bunch of freedom-loving patriots, I'm there to keep them safe. Such a historic day, so I slowly made my way through the crowd to the front. I didn't have to break no gates. Non-violent the whole time in crime, I will not partake. So why they calling me an insurrectionist, for God's sakes? I didn't break nothing, didn't take nothing. Statement said I wasn't.
My question is, Playboy the Beast really there?
Yeah, he's filming himself right there.
Yeah, that's him.
Dude, he's filming himself right there.
True.
The guy from the beginning.
Yeah.
I think
that's him.
My mind went to different places with this. I thought he was like either there himself clearly, or part of my brain was like taking the footage and
putting himself in it,
and then rapping from that point of view.
No, because he's talking about what happened when he was there.
Okay.
Because he's saying it.
They've been hunting him down. Yeah. They were trying to arrest him for even being there.
Yo, I don't know where my mind is, y'all, right now.
He even said he made it to the front.
Yeah, that must be him right there.
Yeah, that's him right there. That's why it's a true story official music video documentary. Because he's showing the video footage he has while he's
the Devil's Lettuce got me wilding right now.
Yeah, I know. It's got you all over the place, bro.
It's got me wilding right now.
I didn't break nothing, didn't take nothing. Statement said I was inside for several minutes, stayed bluffing. So I had to write the song and let y'all know what really happened. Let y'all know they telling lies and half the shit they say is capping. I don't deny it, yes, I really went inside. But it wasn't no riot, so I felt no need to hide. I seen the police in the lobby, they were standing in line. So I entered through the window, everything was all fine.
Like that? Like, why are you going through the window, fam?
Yeah, people use the door to exit the windows, how we came through. Said I was inside several minutes, but that's just untrue. Surveillance proves that I was inside for a minute 32. Everyone was standing down, nobody told us to leave. I backed up loose and went and showed some love to the police. I gave them dabs, shook some hands and a couple of high fives. And less than 2 minutes later, I was back outside. I didn't occupy no building, was no disorderly fashion. Only thing I'm guilty of is spreading truth when I'm rapping. But everything was over, now we headed back to the ride. I got inside and headed home about a 6-hour drive. When we arrived, I went to bed and everything was all fine. Turned on the news the next day and I couldn't believe my eyes. Years later, I was sleeping in bed with my youngest son. Woke up to my kids screaming my name, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm jumping up, headed down the steps to see what's up. I see the feds, they pull their guns and they tell me to stick them up. They tell me while they're there and then they place me in cuffs. But I admit though they were fair and didn't even rough me up. But they never should have been.
That guy?
All is so corrupt. I kissed my kids goodbye and they cried as the door shut. Charged with
it's insane that he got arrested for this.
Yeah, but see, I'm going to tell you this. The people who got arrested for being the violent ones, you labeled all these people with that.
No, the media did that by showing all the violent footage over and over on a loop without showing any of this.
That's amazing.
So people thought that was what was happening the entire time.
That's amazing that this guy has that footage.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's giving us a
snapshot of what was in the middle of it.
The inside of...
No, it's not the violent people that painted everybody. The media painted everybody of the violent people.
Yeah. Do you think it could be a combination?
No. Because it's how it's portrayed in the media.
No, what I'm saying is, like, do you blame, like, okay, so the people who were doing too much and being too aggressive, do you think that their behaviors, like, helped the media do? Like, what I'm saying, like, do you blame? I get what you're saying with blaming the media. Do you like?
No, they gave the media exactly what they wanted to be able to put that in the loop to attack Donald Trump.
Remember,
They wanted certain people to get violent so they could have that type of footage to keep that on the loop.
yeah, and they over exaggerate shit.
Because what happens, Ian? If it bleeds, it leads. So
I mean,
to
that's
generate
true.
as
That's-
much.
that's-
You gotta
that's-
give him this much, and they go running with it. You see what I'm saying? Look at.
I see what you're saying. Okay, I see what you're saying.
I like that that we could see another view of this, especially a person.
Yeah, I see
Damn.
what you're saying.
That's a good.
I see what you're saying,
That's a good
but
thing
no.
they confiscated his phone.
I'm sure they did. He probably just got it back. That's
Oh.
why this just came out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you're right. But they could have.
He probably just got it back when he got pardoned. He's probably one of the guys that got pardoned by Trump.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, anybody that hit a cop or was violent should have been arrested.
That they come out a couple of weeks. I wasn't sure.
I think
when
2
they-
weeks ago they said it was there or something.
Bring shots and quoted lyrics.
But you see what I mean with that?
Okay.
Been against it, never thought that they should do it that day. The shit that happened left a stain upon our movement. At least that's what I had believed and kinda thought at the time. But now I'm starting to see it was a setup the whole time. The media telling lies to help the Democrats rise.
Yeah.
Jan 6 was a scam and that's why Trump freed the guys.
Yep. Wow. I'm glad we got to
Dude was spitting though.
watch this.
No, yeah, dude was spitting.
Mm-hmm. He was explaining what he saw when he was there.
Yeah.
When did that come out?
2 weeks ago. Yeah. He probably just got his phone back.
He probably just got his phone back.
So he got okay.
Thanks for stopping in and spending time with us today, y'all. Hit that notification bell and give it a share because it does help the channel out.
Please and thank you.
See you guys in the next one.
Later, y'all.
Peace.
Bye.